Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Yes, that's right. You found it. This is your home for Fair Trade Bible Study, Daily Dose Radio, where the Bible study is environmentally and socially sustainable. We're looking today at verses 5 and 6 on Daily Dose Radio. We're going to read these two verses, 5 and 6. Psalm 128, verses 5 and 6. I'm going to put these two verses together today, and we'll close out our week looking here at Psalm 128. This is the Psalm of blessing. We've been talking about the blessing of the Lord. He announces the blessing in verse 1. He tells us what the blessing looks like in 2 and 3. He repeats the blessing in verse 4. And now he's going to give us a little bit more about the blessing. Let me read verses 5 and 6 for you. The Lord will bless you from Zion, and you will see the good of Jerusalem all the days of your life, and you will see your sons' sons. Peace be upon Israel. There's verses 5 and 6. The Lord will bless you from Zion. So we've already seen the blessing of the man who fears the Lord. The Lord is blessing the produce of his hands. It's going well for him. His home's blessed, his wife, his sons, his children, because, and this is the condition, it is all those who fear the Lord. The condition is fearing the Lord and walking in his ways. And so the Lord, because the man fears and walks in his ways, coming down to verse 5, the Lord will bless. So the Lord is going to bless you. And notice then we go back to Jerusalem. Now, this is, we've been thinking about the blessing of the Lord and how it comes about, what it looks like, but we've almost forgotten a little bit that we're in the ascent. So we're making our way to Jerusalem, and so we're going to come back in our minds to Jerusalem, and he says he will bless you from Zion, and you will see the good of Jerusalem. Remember, that's where the worshiper is headed. He's headed to Jerusalem to worship one of the 3 feast times, or perhaps at another time of the year. But perhaps he's in the caravan with the religious pilgrims who are on their way to Jerusalem, and they've come from a long way. They come from Meshech, and they've come from Kedar, so it's a long way, and they're in the caravan, and they're singing these songs, and they're thinking about Zion. God is going to bless from Zion because that's where he's placed his name for these that are headed for Jerusalem. And what they want to see is the good of that city because they want to come back again. They want to continue to worship the Lord, and that city needs to be, kept so that they can come back and worship the Lord there. So the Lord will bless you from Zion, and you will see the good of Jerusalem all the days of your life. How long are you going to live? Do you know? You mean you don't know? You can't tell me? You're that smart and you can't tell me how many days you're going to live. Well, the Lord knows, doesn't he? And he knows that if you fear him and walk in his ways, all the days of your life, you're going to see good. You're going to see the good things that are going to happen to you, the produce of your hands, you're going to enjoy and eat. There's going to be a blessing there for you. There's going to be a blessing for your family. There's going to be a blessing for your children, your wife. The man who fears the Lord is so blessed, and the Lord will bless you from Zion. And you'll see the good of Jerusalem all the days of your life. You see, the blessedness here is expanded now so that it's not just what you do and who you love that's being blessed, but now it's the individual, all the days of your life. And then he gets even more specific with that in verse 6. You will see your sons' sons. So it is long life that he promises in this blessing. So there's length of days here. Seeing your sons' sons is wonderful. And then he concludes with the familiar conclusion. We've seen it before in a previous psalm. Peace be upon Israel. So not only are you going to have long life, have all the days of your life the goodness of the Lord revealed, but you're going to have peace. Join me again next week. As you enjoy peace this weekend, think about Psalm 129 and join me here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.